Hello, this is Chris. I'm working on my Windows computer, and right now I'm remoting into my Macintosh, and I'm running a Xamarin.Forms app. So this is a simple user interface using Xamarin.Forms. What I did here is I have a button that uses navigation page, and it pushes the next page onto the navigation stack. And here what we have is we have a grid view that has some buttons, and I have some switches to control the game. Obviously the user interface needs to be improved, but this is a switch. This is generated by Xamarin. It renders into the native UI switch. So I'm going to start playing tic-tac-toe. So the computer automatically tries to stop me there. See, it blocks the X's. I move here. I think it might have a bug in it. It says the square is occupied. Oh, the computer beat me. That's a little alert. So I can reset the game here with this button. Okay, so let me show you the Visual Studio here. So this is my solution. I have the shared portable Xamarin.Forms project. Right now the iOS is the startup, and it's running the debugger. So if I stop, I can show you the code here. It's a lot of code. I actually ported this code from something I wrote a few years ago. And so what I have here is I have this content page, which is the initial page. And it has actually, so here's the app. This is the first part that starts, and it creates a navigation page, and then it pushes the top page into it using this constructor here. And so the top page I had defined as a separate C# class here that has a content page, and it pushes the game board onto the navigation. And here's that little button. Okay, so then here I set up the click handler, which is this one. So what happens is when you press the button, it goes into this function, and it pushes the game board onto the navigation stack. And then here's the game board logic. There's a lot of code in here. I copied a lot of this from a Java program that I had written for Java Swing. And actually that one came from a C programming project I did a long time ago. So the code sort of went all the way from C through Java up to C#. So this particular class is a content page. And so when you press the reset button, I initialize the tic-tac-toe board, and I reset my flags for the game state. I've got a two-dimensional array here to keep track of the X's and the O's. And then let's see, I have a grid view controller. I think that code's way down here. If we go over here into the game board, there's a lot of methods in here. Let's see. Okay. So here's my grid definition. This is where I put my buttons. That's why they're in rows and columns. I set up my columns, And let's see. Let me pause for a couple minutes here. Okay, so now this is the same program running on Windows Phone emulator. And here I'm pressing the button. Once again, I have the little switches, but they just kind of look different. So if I put an X here, and then the computer does a counter move. But because I didn't make it difficult mode, it doesn't search the arrays to block things. So I can put this in and I can actually win. So this is a little pop-up that says crosses 1. So I actually beat the computer. Now I can reset the game. Now if I make it difficult, then I probably won't be able to beat it. See, this time it keeps blocking things. Let's see. Oh, it beat me. No. Oh, I won, see? Go figure. Let me pause it one more time. Okay, let's see what it looks like on the Android project. So we set the startup project to Droid instead of Windows Phone. And we're going to run it on this little Tictac. Now I usually use the Nexus one because this one, sometimes it complains about networks. So this one's actually Microsoft's version that came with Visual Studio 2015. It's running under Hyper-V. It's Microsoft's Android emulator. It's just starting to come up now. I'm going to pause the video. It'll take a while to load. Okay, so the Android version's running now, and I press this little button. It goes over to this page here. I'll turn on single player mode. You see the switch looks a little bit different on all the platforms. But here's the grid. It has the buttons. Okay, so let's see if I can... It looks like I'm able to win there. Okay. Then reset game. I'll make it difficult. So let's see what the computer... Oh, it blocked me. Oh, looks like the computer won that time. Let me pause the video just for a minute. Okay, so the way I built the interface, which obviously needs a lot of improvement. So the game board, what it does is it has a grid, and it has the buttons as children, and it turns out these indexes from the top and bottom, or from the side. This is how you build the indexes. So the upper left button is at 0, 0, upper middle is at 1, 0. So apparently this is, if you think of it as a cross, this is like the first row, this is second row of buttons, and this is the third row. And then I go through and I initialize all the values there. I set the button text to numbers at the beginning. Then I set up the click handlers so I can know which tic-tac-toe button's been pressed. And then this is how I build the form. I have a label, a return button, the grid, a label, and a switch, reset game button, and then a label and a mode switch. So, you know, it's nice to be able to write code once and hit 3 platforms. And thank you for watching.